Hey everybody, thanks as always for checking out the channel. Today I thought it might be fun. We're kind of on a vintage retro kick today since I got the Phantom Menace 6-pack, and it kind of prompted me to get some of my other retro figures out and take a look at them. Let's see how the Kenobi wave stacks up against itself. So here are the Kenobi figures that I have in the collection. I gotta say, I think these are some absolutely awesome figures, and I own 6 of them. There might be more, but again, as I've said in other videos, I used to love to collect based on what the figures were on the back of the card back. They no longer do that in the retro wave. And sure, I can look it up online, but I kind of like to hunt and find them as I see them, as opposed to doing a lot of research on it. It's more fun that way. But anyways, whether you love the Kenobi show, hate the Kenobi show, or are completely indifferent about it, I think that some of the characters looked absolutely awesome. And I personally really liked the show a lot. And some of these figures are just absolute bangers. So starting off in the 6th place, somebody's got to be in last place. And although they don't really deserve to be on any other list, but I would have to give it to Ned B. Now, this is an awesome figure. I think that the sculpt is awesome. He comes with a hammer. He should have come with the Battle Droid Blaster as well. And he could have benefited. This is an awesome sculpt, but it needed a little bit more weathering, in my opinion. Great figure overall, but 6th place, docking points, no blaster, and no weathering. Coming in at number 5 on this list, I'm going to have to give it to Riva, who, if you saw the video on the female collection characters I have, came in quite high, but she is number 5 on this list because I feel like she could have had an alternate saber. So she came with the one big one, but of course we all know what happens, and I kind of feel like that would have been a cool accessory. I absolutely love the vinyl cape. She's an awesome figure too. She would be much higher on most lists, but like I said, I happen to be I'm a big fan of these guys. Coming in at number 4, I'm going to give it to the 5th brother. He's a really cool character too. He has a Black Series figure that's absolutely one of my favorites of the year. This guy coming around the turntable right now. Great figure. I really like it, although his face just looks a little bit off to me. He could have used a little bit more, maybe weathering or some shading in the face or something like that. Also, all of the Inquisitors should have the ability to put their lightsaber on their back, in my opinion. Maybe come with an accessory that's not ignited, so you could do that. But having said that, again, he's in 4th place on this list. Awesome figure. Coming in 3rd place, I'm going to give it to the Grand Inquisitor. And again, what an awesome figure this is. Fantastic. He's got the vinyl cape. It harkens back. He has just about everything done right, in my opinion. I'm a huge fan of the head sculpt. I love everything about the figure. I can't get enough of these retro lightsabers. His is totally awesome. There's really nothing wrong with this figure. He's everything you could want, except there are 2 other figures that are just absolute banger for all-time figures, in my opinion. Coming in 2nd place, I got to give it to either Vader or Obi-Wan. Both of these are awesome, but I'm going to give it to Obi-Wan in 2nd place. Why? Okay, so Obi-Wan just looks fantastic. This is maybe the greatest soft goods cape any figure has ever gotten in any Hasbro line. I'm not kidding. This thing, look at this, the hood, the way it just drapes down is awesome. He comes with a sidearm. It goes into a holster, which is exactly what we all love. He comes with a retro blue lightsaber. Like, this guy has it all. The sculpt is awesome. I love McGregor's portrayal of him in the show. I think the paintwork looks great. He suffers only because the greatest figure in the modern retro line, in my opinion, has to be the new Darth Vader. Because as a kid, growing up, we had one Darth Vader in the vintage collection. He was always a little bit lacking. As much as I love him, he had the telescoping lightsaber. He could never really hold the lightsaber out in front of his hand. We now have a Darth Vader with sculpted robes around the legs, We have a soft goods cape that drapes over and hangs just right. We've got the red lenses in the helmet. The helmet looks absolutely awesome, and the red lightsaber, holy Jesus, he can finally hold a lightsaber. He can swing a red lightsaber, holding it upright as one does in a lightsaber fight. So I got to give it to Darth Vader, who might be one of my favorite collectibles in my entire collection in any line. Retro, Black Series, old school Kenner Vintage, Hot Toys, I don't know. There's just something about this Vader. It's like, finally, at long last, we have a good one. So that's my choices for how the Kenobi retro figures rank. If you want to honk on this and tell me I'm completely wrong and you've got somebody else in line for, please let me know. I'd like to hear how they rank in yours. Again, I think these figures are awesome. Thanks so much for looking.